Everyone talks about what a bad marriage looks like: the distance, the silence, the slow, quiet unraveling of two people who chose each other and somewhere along the way stopped choosing. Today, I want to talk about the side that does not get enough airtime, what it actually feels like when the relationship is right, what the signs are, not the romanticized Hollywood version, but the real, daily, ordinary, and extraordinary evidence that you have found something worth building a life with, because healthy love deserves to be named just as clearly as broken love. And too many people are sitting inside something good and have been so conditioned to wait for things to fall apart that they do not know how to recognize when they have actually arrived. Welcome back to YinkusPepe Talks, real talk, real life with clear eyes. If you're new here, my name is YinkusPepe, and this is Yinkus Digest. Today's conversation is a good one because we are talking about what love and marriage look like when they are working, what the right relationship actually feels like from the inside, and how to know, not just hope, that you have found something real. Let's talk. Peace is the first sign. The most underrated sign that you are in the right relationship is peace, not excitement, not butterflies, though those are wonderful. Peace, the specific, settled feeling of being with someone and not needing to perform, not needing to manage how you come across, not spending the hours after a conversation replaying what you said and wondering how it landed. Just ease. The ease of being known and not having to earn that knowing every single day. In dating advice circles, everybody talks about chemistry, about spark, about the electricity of early attraction, and all of that is real and all of that matters. But chemistry without peace is just anxiety with good chemistry. And too many people have spent years in relationships that felt exciting because they were constantly uncertain. Uncertain whether they were loved, whether they were chosen, whether the relationship was going to hold. Peace feels different. It feels like being able to say the awkward thing, the vulnerable thing, the thing you would not say to most people, and having it received without weaponization, without it being used against you later, without the person you said it to looking at you differently afterward. Peace in a relationship means your nervous system has been taught by consistent experience that this person is safe. And that is not something you can manufacture with enough hope or effort. It is something the other person either gives you over time or they do not. When you stop scanning for danger in a relationship, that is a sign. They make you better without trying to change you. The right person does not improve you by pointing out your flaws. They improve you by making you want to be the best version of yourself simply because of who they are. Think about the difference between a relationship where you are constantly being corrected, where your partner has a clear picture of who they want you to be and is consistently working to get you there, and a relationship where you find yourself naturally growing, where spending time with this person, watching how they move through the world, absorbing how they handle difficulty and treat people and show up in small moments, it makes you want to be more intentional, more patient, more thoughtful. That is not coincidence. That is the specific influence of someone whose character is genuinely good. The right person is not trying to fix you. They are not a project manager assigned to your personal development. They love the version of you that exists right now, and that love somehow makes the next version of you possible. There is a couple I know who have been married for over 2 decades. When you ask the wife what her husband did that changed her most, she does not say he pushed her. She says he believed in her so completely and so consistently that eventually she could not find a reason not to believe in herself. And that is what the right relationship does. It does not demand growth. It creates the conditions for it. Your worst days do not scare them. Here is the test that matters more than any other in dating and in marriage. How does this person show up when you are not at your best? Not when you are dressed up and presenting well and the conversation is easy and the dinner is good. When you are tired and difficult and processing something you have not worked out yet. When you are scared and trying to hide it. When you failed at something and cannot yet find the lesson. When you are in a season where you do not particularly like yourself. The right person does not disappear in those seasons. They do not become less available or less warm or less interested. They do not make you feel like your difficulty is an inconvenience. They stay. not because they are blind to what you are going through, but because who you are in your difficult seasons is also who they chose. Dating advice often focuses on attraction, incompatibility, and shared values, and all of those things matter. But the question that tells you most about whether someone is right for you is, do they stay when staying is hard? And do they stay in a way that makes you feel loved, not managed? Because anyone can love you when you are easy to love. The right person loves you when you are not. Conflict does not frighten the relationship. One of the clearest signs of a healthy relationship is how conflict is handled, not the absence of conflict. Conflict is not the evidence of incompatibility. Every two people who are genuinely close will disagree, will misunderstand each other from time to time, will have moments where something said lands wrong, or needs goes unmet, or a line gets crossed. What separates a healthy relationship from an unhealthy one is not whether conflicts exist, it is what happens after it. In the right relationship, conflicts does not make you fear for the future of what you have built. You can disagree, sometimes intensely, and still believe that the foundation is solid, that this person is not going anywhere, that the argument is temporary and the relationship is permanent. And after that conflict, there is repair, real repair, not just a passage of time until things feel normal again, but an actual return to each other, an acknowledgement of what happened, a genuine effort to understand what the other person needed and what you can do differently. In marriage, the couples who last are not couples who never fight, they're couples who fight and come back, who disagree and repair, who have learned over years that their relationship can hold disagreement without breaking, and who have built that confidence through the experience of getting through hard things together. When an argument does not make you wonder if the relationship is over, that is a sign. How you know? People ask this question constantly in dating. How do I know if this is the one? And the honest answer is this: you do not know in the way you know a mathematical fact. Certainty in love is not available. What is available is evidence, and the evidence builds slowly over time in the small, consistent ways a person shows you who they are. You know when the peace is consistent, not just on good days, but through the difficult ones. You know when you have seen each other at your worst and chosen each other anyway. You know when conflict does not shake the foundation because the foundation has been tested and held. You know when you have stopped performing and started simply being, and the other person is still there. You know when ordinary days feel like enough because the person in them makes them enough. That is not a feeling that arrives in a single moment. It is the conclusion that builds over time in the specific, ordinary, extraordinary evidence of two people choosing each other consistently. And when it is there, when the evidence is real and sustained and not just hope dressed as certainty, you will know. Not because someone told you, but because you have been paying attention. We spend so much time talking about what love looks like when it breaks that we forget to name what it looks like when it holds. It looks like peace. It looks like growth without pressure, like someone who stays when staying is hard. It looks like two people who keep choosing each other, not because they have to, not because leaving will be hard, but because the life they have built together is genuinely the life they want. And that is real. That is possible. And you deserve to know what it looks like so you can recognize it when it arrives and protect it once you have it. Let's do better and build better and choose better. And when you find it, hold it with everything you have. Thank you so much for watching or listening. If this conversation resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and join the conversation in the comments below. And until next time, this is YinkusPepe.